I'm Mike with Stunt Panda, and I'm going to show you how to pimp your friends for cash. If you're a crew veteran, you probably already know you can send your in-game friends on faction missions for reputation and cash. But I'm going to give you the inside info you need to make the most money the fastest. The first thing we need to do is make sure we've got our skills set. The only skill that matters is friends with benefits. None of the other bonuses will actually help with this because those are only bonuses for you. So don't worry about anything except friends with benefits. It doesn't do you any good to have friends with benefits if you don't have any friends. The first thing you want to do is get in your best car. Now, this is a great looking car, but you see its level isn't $12.99. So I'm better off going and picking one of my $12.99 cars, one of the cool, maybe super exotic ones, because even though it doesn't matter for friend missions, you want to kind of look your best. And if people say that you've got a high-level car, they're probably more likely to accept your friend request because they're going to think, oh, this guy's serious, he's got a high-level car. And if you don't have a high-level car, don't worry about it. Just pick kind of, your nicest looking car, your coolest car. All right, so now that we're out in the world, bring up your smartphone, go up to the crew roster, and you want to go over to session. Now, you may not see anybody in your session, so just wait a couple of seconds, and people may start popping up. There we go. All right, so simple enough. Just go to each one, send a friend request, and try not to send them more than one friend request. So kind of try and remember if you've already sent them a request. Otherwise, it gets annoying, and people will just block you, and you don't want that. You don't want to get a bad name for yourself. So here, I'm just going through everybody, and this is important too. See, I'm even sending a friend request to an 11 and a 36. These don't ignore low-level players because they can be really helpful for helping you fill out a mission. So your missions have to, say it's an 86 mission, you could dump in a 50 and a 36, and then you're going to have a 100% chance to get your mission done. So don't ignore low-level players either. Before we get started, I need to go over some very important items. First, you can only do 10 friend missions at a time, and you can't play the missions your friends are doing. You also really want to make sure you have 100% success rate on the missions. I'll show you that in a second. Because I've had missions that were 92% success rate and they failed. And it really sucks to come back after 12 hours and have a mission failed that should have succeeded. Okay, great. How do you get 100%? What you need to do is make sure when you add up the player level of all the friends you send on the mission, that is equal to or greater than the level of the mission. So say for instance you have a level 80 mission, you could send 2 level 40s or a 50 and a 30, or you could send 2 50s. As long as the player level adds up to the mission level or higher. So always try to have 100%. And finally, the secret to making the most money possible, mission choice. There are 4 basic mission types that we're going to be looking at. The first is a 12-hour red high value. This is the second highest value mission that comes in at $1,330 per hour. Now the next one that we're going to look at is a low value 12-hour red. This is actually the lowest value mission that we're going to do, but when you're not playing, you want to have a 12-hour mission running. Now the next one is actually the highest value. This is a 2-hour orange 1,500 per hour mission. This is the one that we're going to want to be playing the most when we're playing the game. And finally, we have a 1-hour green that will give us 800 per hour. It's not a great choice, but if you're not going to be playing for 2 hours, you'll want to use some of these. Don't worry if this seems a little complex. I'm going to show you the optimal way to do it, but I'm also going to include a spreadsheet in the show notes so you can pick your own path. Alright, enough jibber jabber. This is how you actually do it. You want to do the 7 orange missions listed here and the 3 red missions as well. Now you may notice that I left off the easiest high value red, which is West Coast Highway Chow. And there's a reason for that. That's the one that you want to do at least once a day because it's going to give you $176,000 and 3,300 reputation. So you want to do that one at least once a day to get and keep your reputation high. Now, when you log out, it's pretty simple. You want to make sure that you have all 9 of the red missions running and one of the orange missions. I've listed them here on the screen, but make sure you look at that Google spreadsheet so that you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Thanks for watching Stunt Panda.